Right.
So, it's always good. And the thing is you have your son and you have your wife and you're still, everything's intact. And, now you can just start living life and learn and start putting the music together, because that's what you were meant to be, man.
Yeah.
A musician, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
I took off. I had to leave for a while to go work in the oil field, and when I got back, well, I mean, pretty much me hacía mucha falta mi jefito, because he was like my backbone.
Left a void in you, in your life.
Right. And then my brother-in-law, which is another backbone of ours in the band, Juanito, our drummer, he was with us for many years. He passes away unexpectedly. So, everything just as far as music-wise, just, faded away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, little by little, I ended up wanting to play here and there or whatever, but it was not sufficient for me. And on top of that, we didn't sound the same. It was very different. I tried getting...
You had to step into your dad's shoes.
Yeah. And so, and at the end of the day, he's the one that, steps in, filling my dad's shoes, because
the fourth.
Pues con el bajo, dad played the bajo sexto, and I've always played the accordion and sang. So pues he's the one that steps us up, porque my jefito es el que me hace falta, on the bajo. And pues Ricky's only 15, man, and he plays already lo que somebody that's been playing for 10, 15 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Se saca la daga. And
he's got your dad's spirit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Wow.
And I'm very blessed for that.
So. Man, that's amazing. ¿Te gusta tocar el bajo sexto?
Yes, sir.
Es todo. The fourth, Ricky Guzman IV, ladies and gentlemen, aquí con nosotros.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how, it's like Rubén Naranjo's grandson, I mean, he plays just like his grandfather,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how the offspring of the offspring end up becoming like the second, coming of their grandfather,
right.
dude, musically. Yeah. And it's like, and your dad was a bajo sexter, and so you played with him, and there was nobody else that could play like that with him. But you, so true. It all fell into place together. Yeah. And that's pretty amazing. When did you find out that your son was able to, play bajo sexto?
Not too long ago. A couple months ago, he ended up like, hey, you know what? I'm starting to like this, and so he got one of my dad's bajos and would go on YouTube and start, taking out, with one finger, two fingers. The way I started playing the bajo, because in reality, I started playing the drums as a professional, or that's my main instrument, the drums. Mm-hmm. That's where I started playing, and so when I started playing the bajo, it was not too later on, and I learned with one finger and then two fingers, and then
that's a hard instrument to play, dude.
It is, and because of the pressure and whatnot. So he gets it and starts playing, and then I actually took the time to sit, because I don't have patience, bro. I don't have patience.
Welcome to my world.
And so ahí lo agarré, lo pesqué, and he's started playing. So he's been playing professionally with me in the band for about, I don't know, like a year and a half around there. Yeah, apenas.
How old are you, Mil?
I'm 15.
15? Yeah. And so when did you decide, when you picked up the bajo sexto, I mean, you just like, you wanted to learn it? You just picked it up or what?
Yeah, it was just like, since I was little, I was always, when I was little, I would go on stage, I would play the drums, or my grandpa had bought me a guitar and cars. It was like a car. It was like a whatever. And I was.
What do you mean cars? It was like it was a guitar with the from the cartoon.
From Mexico,
from the movie.
Yeah.
Orale. What's the name of that car, baby?
Cars in.
Which one?
Yeah, the
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. Andale.
Yeah, it was all of them, and I was just, I don't know, ever since I was little. But the bajo, I picked it up when I was like, I think the first time I ever played it, like to mess around with it, was like 10 years old. Mm-hmm. But professionally, like to like start learning, play it with my dad.
I want to say that not just because he's my son, but he man, this kid is very, very talented. Como te digo, not big. I mean, it might be that because he's my son.
Carnal.
No, and honestly, Rock, like it's just that the reason why I say this, bro, is because I remember I was mentioning this the other day, and somebody made a comment like, es tu chavalo. And that kind of pissed me off, because like, it's like, yeah, maybe it is because he's my son, but lo miro, bro, now it's like, back in the day, or maybe 2-3 years ago, I would never tell you like, hey, I consider myself a good musician. now I can tell you because I know my worth as far as what I've done so far.
Sí.
And you know what? I am a badass musician. It's not because I want to, you know, me la quiero recargar, because I was never like that. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not like that. Pero people have seen what I've done, you know, like being on stage with Bobby in Vegas.
Bobby Pulido no te va a invitar si no sabes a tocar.
So that kind of like it bothered me, but it's because like lo miro, bro, and it's like, man, he's becoming one of me, but like 10 times better than me.
Wow.
And I'm scared because
he's got you and your dad.
He's going to be very, very good, man. And I'm proud of that.
Well, here's an interesting statistic as far as genetics. A third of who we are is innate, meaning, you know, it's what we inherited.
Right.
So at the minimum, that's the minimum. He's got a third of the talent, and then, but I mean, he probably has more. And then 2/3 is practice. 2/3 is what you learn, right? So going back to what Rock was saying, like, wow, he's born. Yeah, it's true. Because in any human being, a third of who we are, it's already within us, right? So he's got at the minimum a third of what you and your father had.
Right.
So he's starting off
He's got a head start.
Yeah.
And the practice, like you said, that's
the 2/3 other,
And I didn't have that. I wouldn't practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he does it. So he's getting there, and I'm very proud. I just can't wait to see the final. Well, not the final. I guess we can't say that, right?
But the progress.
With the progress, man.
Growth,
I'm very excited for that.
And that's why I have a psychologist on the show here with us, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Chaz.
And going back to what you were saying, when you were struggling, you know, we have a moral compass, right? And then when we go through depression, plus the moral compass, it gets off track. It takes a lot of, in life, you have to be patient, calm, keep your moral compass. But when we lose people, and it gets off track, so it's easily.
So you are a psychologist.
I teach psychology at South Texas College. So I'm not a psychologist per se, but I do teach it.
Yeah,
Este es un freebie.
That's why I'm saying, bro. I might
free counsel.
I might throw in a little question here and there.
No tienes que pagar nada, carnal. Aquí te damos free counseling.
Puro HH, papá.
They can't counsel me because I'm a lost cause. Entiende la onda? I mean, if Chaz tries to counsel me, he's gonna end up in therapy.
Rock has a narcissist shield. Nothing will get through it.
Man, so. I don't have a big nose, dude. Come on. Hey, Rock has a narcissist shield. Y me la creo bien chingón también.
Not only that, I conceded.
Oh my God.
No, but no, man, it's amazing. Yeah, what he's saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And that's what your son is going through, man. I can just imagine when he's your age, dude.
Ahí va. That's the only thing que le digo. Hey, just don't act humble, and you know, and you'll be okay. And he's there. He's getting there.
See.
Yeah, he's getting there. So.
And how's school, man? What grade are you in?
El de flonque.
Eso sí me lo sacó a mí.
No.
That's the other third.
That's the other third.
Yeah.